Grand Rising, my everything. Today's read is going to be for Cancer. If you're unfamiliar with how I do reads, I do them based on the time as it has been offered to me for me to be able to share the message with you. Cancer, the overall energy associated with the read is you feeling reliable, not miserable, and not guilty. In the challenge position, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords representing moving on to calmer waters, which I am seeing the word calm in the read, and we'll get into that more. The challenge has to do with you moving on, having everything that you need and feeling confident enough to move on from something, and that being something that's satisfying to the soul, satisfying to the senses. You know, like it doesn't leave a bad taste in your mouth. The challenge is making sure that it's not being perceived or it's not done in a way that's undignified. It just kind of reminds me of like making sure that you're moving on. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of this painting that I did. I can actually show it to you. Hold on. So as you can see, the painting says, "Come from gratitude, live in grace, and leave in love." Well, what that painting means is we're in a time and space that is personal to our experiences, though those experiences resonate with the wellness of the soul for the sake of all humanity, not just us. We recognize that we're a part of something that's bigger than us, though our individual lives, we should focus on the wellness of our soul, right? So we move into each situation with gratitude. We live in a state of grace for ourselves and grace for others. And if we are needing to leave from that position, or if we are needed to leave from that space, then we do it with love and the same appreciation and gratitude that we came in with, so that in our time of transition, we do it gracefully, because that's what we were existing in, grace. You get what I'm saying? So the time that had been offered to me for me to be able to give you this message is the Ten of Swords, matched with the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm seeing that you may be the Knight of Pentacles, or you may be in a relationship with someone that is the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords being like a breakup or a relationship situation. Though this could also be a job, like it could be a work dynamic where like a supervisor is a Knight of Pentacles, or a partner is a Knight of Pentacles. And yeah, the Ten of Swords is representing like a relationship, and you just feeling like super, but your emotions or the emotions associated with this experience or this time are not reckless and not desperate. So someone may have been wanting you to feel betrayed, though you're like, I'm not miserable and I'm not feeling guilty because of this situation and how it's happening. You're not feeling miserable, you're not feeling guilty, and you're feeling reliable, or you know what your resources are and how to utilize your resources. You know how to manage the situation. Read is speaking to, this is what perfect looks like in regard to relationships. Now this could be in regard to like your personal relationship with yourself, like self-love, self-care. Last Cancer read, we were talking about being in a position of self-love or self-care. If that was you, that was in the Queen of Pentacles reversed, right? Now I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles in upright for you, Cancer. So that has to do with something about the stars. So it may be cosmic, and then something that you're doing online. So relationships with people, maybe, online, and how maybe you're just viewing them all as stars. I personally view people sometimes as stars because I think this is a very cosmic design, us being here on earth as above, so below, and we just happen to be stars that can, walk around. Like, the way that I see it is the stars are like planet trees in the sky. Like, they have fixed positions. The earth is the one that's constantly moving. And yeah, we may be like a reflection of those stars, though we can like move around. So that's how I see it. I don't know how anyone else sees it. You can see it your way, I'll see it my way. Either or. So take the information as it resonates or as it applies. And if it doesn't, it's fine. We're good. So the focus of this read is relationships, having to do with the stars, something that's going on online. And in regard to relationships, this is what perfect looks like, right? And for you, Cancer, it's a talented King of Pentacles. So this King of Pentacles is someone that has a good amount of money, right? And if he's talented, then even better. So that could be you, sir. Like, you could be this King of Pentacles, this guy that's wealthy. Yeah, you could be this guy that's wealthy, this guy that's talented, is generous. He's also wise. And so this person is charitable. I had to think of the word. Yes, this King of Pentacles is charitable. He has more than enough money. He's not worried about his funds. And he's also talented. So if this is you, Cancer, the overall read, I see you, sir. And like I said, you're a star, you're online. This is what perfect looks like in regards to relationships. So Cancer, this may be someone that you're going to be in a relationship with, or this could be you and this King of Pentacles energy. So to start off the read, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which means that maybe in the past there was some stagnation in regard to your finances. Though I'm also seeing that the reason for this stagnation was coming from some type of cruel intentions. Like, maybe someone was trying to block you from receiving a blessing or opportunity, though even those challenges could be associated with this King of Swords and you feeling confident to move into calmer waters. So that's just showing me that maybe the waters that you were going towards were rough as, okay? So that distortion with that cruelty could have had everything to do with God. Like God having, or the Most High, whoever you believe in, having dominion and power. And I was so funny because I was just hearing, this motherfucker don't miss. And that's probably because you were in this Hanged Man energy, right? The Hanged Man representing someone that's feeling stuck and not able to move because obviously he's hanging upside down. And that may have to do with like you wanting to be this King of Pentacles, right? This talented King of Pentacles. Or that could be why you were feeling like you were in this Hanged Man energy, because in regard to what perfect relationships look like, that could have been like you setting a standard for yourself that was like super high, and it brought you a little bit of like unrest. It brought you like a little bit of unrest. So maybe you were working really hard to be this king, to be in this talented King of Pentacles energy, though the more that you try to pursue that, it seemed unreal. And that's probably why the waters were getting like super rough and difficult for you to move forward. right? And then I'm also seeing the Two of Cups reversed, which represents exactly what I'm saying. Like, maybe it made it hard because you had these standards that were set so high. It made it maybe for yourself or for others that you were looking to be in a relationship with, right? It made it hard for you to trust someone and to be in union with them. Though I'm seeing that instead of you choosing to be aggressive or violent about how it is that you wanted to move forward, you chose to be calm about it. Or this other person chose to be calm about it. That's what Spirit is saying that was needed for you to be able to move forward. Like, be calm about the fact that these are your challenges. Calm yourself, calm your mind, and be smart about what it is that you do next. Because in this Knight of Rods, if you weren't smart about it, then you would have been reckless and arrogant and lacking self-discipline. And that's what this card represents in reverse. So, Cancer, I'm kind of seeing that in the pursuit of perfect, the expectation could have been like so high just for either you to be perfect, though choosing to be calm and smart even when you were experiencing discourse or distrust in a union. You didn't choose to be disobedient to the wellness of your soul because you knew that whatever it was that you were going through, that it was meant for you to grow from. So now you're in this Three of Rods, looking back or looking towards all that you may have like planned or in store for yourself, and also thinking about the changes that were made, how much you grew, and how much you saved yourself from feeling miserable or guilty. If you did things the other way, then you would have kept on this cycle of being shallow, and that would have caused you more pain, right? So then you're in this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, paired with this Eight of Swords in reverse. And I see that when these two are paired together, I see an examination of funding, and then someone that's ready to like take on a battle or some challenge or something, and then being like, you know what, I'm not about to argue with you. Maybe you examine or observe that is like a popular thing in relationships, and how they tend to fail is having the expectation of wanting someone to be perfect, and then y'all come from your own different lifestyles or whatever your challenges are individually, and when it comes to money, that could be the reason why a lot of people have, they separate. And that's probably by the way of contracts, agreements, or even being bound to probably those same freaking ideals, right? Although you chose the route that wasn't painful and was less shallow. So I see that maybe someone wanted to argue with you, or I'm seeing that maybe someone wanted to argue with you. So I'm seeing that because you've made the choice not to be arguing with anyone, to choose not to be shallow because you know that was going to be the more painful route. Whether if this was someone coming at you, trying to argue with you over your money, or you coming at them or feeling like this was a challenge for you, I'm seeing that you laughed about it, like you thought it was funny, or like you perceived that person as being silly, like you weren't taking them serious, because you're like, these are popular, or maybe even like the thought process or the energy that's associated with it, right? like everyone is dealing with their own challenges, and in a relationship you kind of go through those things with that person, even the things that you didn't ask for that they've inherited from their bloodline and their families, right? So I'm seeing that that's the cold truth, and the reality of it is it has to do with a lot of the magic that makes us what we are. Being able to overcome this challenge and moving into calmer waters is your justice, though. And I'm seeing that is like intelligence at its peak when it comes to you manifesting and being able to move forward. And it's worldly. And for some people, they may feel like it's not virtuous for whatever reason. And then you're in this Wheel of Fortune energy, or you were in this Wheel of Fortune energy, where you may have felt unhealthy and hopeless, or you recognized, that could be what it is, like you recognized that you wanted to be virtuous, and because of that challenge or that conflict that you had with this Page of Swords in reverse, and then you recognize that there's a Wheel of Fortune going on, especially if it has something to do with the stars. For sure, you recognize that there's a Wheel of Fortune going on, and I don't want to continue on the cycle of being unhealthy and hopeless. And I'm seeing that is when things change for you, Cancer, because in regard to being in a perfect relationship and bound to the ideals that seem unreal cause you a sense of war within and unrest in your relationship, and you recognized all of that and chose the less painful route, chose to be less shallow, be more virtuous in how it is that you move forward, because you do recognize that you're a part of something that's bigger than you, and your relationship and how you treat others is just a little parsec of the representation that you could be of God to them. So it wasn't so much about you being aligned with this King of Pentacles, if that's what you were looking for in a relationship. It was more so about you being the King of Pentacles, you being this generous and charitable person, you being wealthy and established. And I'm seeing that with this Six of Rods, that was all that you needed to know. I can move forward, I can be in calmer waters. The more important thing is to move forward in a healed relationship with myself, so that my expectations for others are not my main thought or my main priority, are not the movers and shakers of how it is that I love. And I'm saying that that's awesome and and not boring at all. Maybe even inspiring to people, and that is what put you into this Queen of Pentacles upright. So you did start loving on yourself after the last read, and I'm proud of you for that, Cancer. And here we are, another card that's saying that you're not being boring and you're less confused about how it is that you want to move forward in a more natural way with this King of Rods, who, looky here, is in the upright. So something happened, Cancer. You did something right. From the last read to this read, because I wasn't seeing the selfishness, though I did see the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and I was like, what in the, right? And if you need to provide care for yourself, then you need to provide care for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. You're in this human body, aren't you? Though this King of Rods was also in reverse, right? And I'm seeing several kings out here. So that means that you could be attracting this Queen of Pentacles, or to say it has something to do with like maybe your mom or your parents. Like she's in the up right now. So that could be you, or that could be a woman that you're attracting, or you could be making your mom proud, right? And then this King of Rods that was once reversed, he's not in a yucky position anymore. He's in a better position, and I'm seeing that as a more natural position for you, Cancer. And like I said, this King of Pentacles is also on here, and to be in this King of Rods, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing like a lot of reliability, right? There's no need to feel guilty for what the last read was. There's no need to feel miserable for the last read that was a couple days ago or yesterday or something like that. And now today, you're feeling reliable because you did what you were supposed to do. So Cancer, I hope that you feel refreshed, renewed, restored, reliable with the transitions that have been happening. I hope that you're feeling confident enough to move into these calmer waters. And when it comes to the expectations of a relationship, the most perfect one that you need to have is the one with yourself. Okay? And that also includes being gentle and graceful with yourself and protecting yourself when it comes to the spiritual warfare when we do get into relationships with other people. Don't worry, the slate can be wiped clean, and the dishes can be washed, the clothes can be washed, and your soul, your spirit can be restored. So just be gentle with yourself. Come from a space of gratitude. Live in grace for yourself and grace for others. And if it's time to transition, or to transform, or to become something new, you have the ability to adapt gracefully and leave whatever you were in behind in love with the fact that you went through the experience. Cancer, sending love and light your way, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe, okay?